Greetings. Behind me is a mall called Shoppingtown Mall. It's one of the biggest malls in our area. It's also pretty much closed. I think there's a couple of new stores in there, but mainly all the stores are gone. Every single anchor store this place had is gone. The biggest thing in there now happens to be the movie theater, which the people in this area are glad to have because it's a large enough area to support a big theater. It's also a big enough area to support a big mall. Unfortunately, malls in general are going out of fashion. That's too bad because I actually love going to the malls. We actually have one of the largest malls in the country in our area. It's called Destiny USA. And it's kind of in the middle of the city, which basically says that the folks who live out this way, the folks who live out closer to my way, folks who live out in other areas basically have a centralized mall that they can go to. So the other big malls that are on the outskirts are fading. Now, the thing is, the mall in the city has gone through its own little ups and downs here and there, but there's things that they do that these malls just didn't do. For instance, when things looked like they were going to get stagnant at our mall, they built a couple of new wings. And what they did is they added a whole bunch of restaurants and they added adventure things. And I'm calling it that. I guess you could say an entertainment thing. In other words, they have indoor golf. They have a go-kart place where I wish I was a kid because I would definitely go there. They have things where, like mysteries, you can go and do the mystery things. They have all sorts of things. And they just are always building. They're always doing something else. They're always trying something else. And as a lot of the stores are closing, and they're not closing because of the mall, but because, well, our economy these days just doesn't seem to support a lot of businesses that basically sell the same thing. Some of them so exclusive that, they don't cost a lot of money. But in our country now, how many people do we have who are only size 1, 3, and 5? I'm just saying, that's not really the norm anymore. So it's an exclusive group of folks. And they're finding that their stuff costs so much money, they can go to a store, look at it, then go online and buy something new. So why am I talking about this? Because one of the things that I've noticed over the years is that there's a lot of things about blogging and social media that are the same, and yet those people who seem to do well and those social media sites that seem to do well are always changing things. Things may not be perfect up front, but they're willing to sometimes give it some time, and they're willing to find another way. For instance, I think about my blog, and I write way different than I did when I first started. It took a while before I actually found a blogging voice. Now, my blogging voice is different than my book writing voice, but still, I have a voice and I have a way of saying things, and it does communicate better with some people. Now, I don't have the same numbers I used to have, but that's because when I started blogging, it was kind of a closed field. It's weird to say that, but I had certain people who always came regardless. I mean, I wrote almost every single day the first 3 years. So I had people who were showing up all the time. If I had the sensibility to be able to keep up with that kind of writing thing now, who knows? It may still be very popular, but there's just no way I can do it. Like I said, I'm self-employed and my mother now lives with me. So I got other things I need to do. And, let's think about the social media places. Facebook, even with all the heat Facebook gets, Facebook is still kind of growing. And they're always changing something. And they're always, trying to innovate. And if they can't innovate, then they buy something. And suddenly they're innovated. The people who own LinkedIn. LinkedIn, for me, seemed to be a pretty good business site. And what do? They decided they were going to become Facebook. And LinkedIn is growing. Instagram is growing. Of course, it's also owned by Facebook. Twitter has kind of stagnated even when they moved to the 280 characters. Now, I love Twitter. Twitter is actually my favorite platform, but it's stagnated. Reason being, there's not really a whole lot of things that they can do. They can let you put on videos, but they had that from the beginning. Let you put on pictures, they had that from the beginning. 280 characters just means that some people who use it can irritate more people with more words. That's the way I see it. So, one of these things about change is that you have to figure out what change you want and what change is going to be better for you. Change for change's sake is never good, but stagnating and thinking that everything you did yesterday is still going to work 3 or 4 years from now, and it's not true. So that's my thought for today as I'm walking out here in central New York. Tomorrow's going to be the first day of spring, and it's already 52 degrees. Are you kidding? It was just snowing a couple days ago. This is our area. This is our life. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. My name is Mitch Mitchell, and if you're used to me wearing glasses, it's too bright. I'm just saying it right now. I can't see a thing that's not really big, but it's just too darn bright. Y'all take care. Have a good day.